All right. What's going on, everybody? May the Lord bless you on this beautiful Friday afternoon as we thank the good Lord for so much. My title says, It's Complicated. Just a real talk video before I get out of here. It's complicated. How many times do we hear people say this? Or this is how their relationship is. They live their lives like this. Every time you see them, it's complicated. When you look at the definition of complicated, which means pretty much difficult, it's a complex situation. It's a difficult situation. And some people, every time you run into them, you want to know, have they been doing better? Did you finally leave that man alone? Or did you finally leave that woman alone? Did you leave that job alone? Did you find another church? Did you do this? Did you do that? And they'll say, man, it's complicated. It's complicated. For a while I stopped, but then I went back to doing this, doing that. Man, it's just complicated what I'm dealing with in my life. And people that's complicated seem like they never have a peace of mind. Do it. Every time you see them, it's pretty much the same thing. It's complicated. When you turn on Facebook, relationship status, it's complicated. How many times do you cut on Facebook, y'all, and you look at the status of a relationship, it say complicated. And people that's living in these complicated situations, relationships, they suffering bad. They have unusual mixed up feelings, and that turns into unusual behavior. The next thing you know, somebody done killed somebody else because it was too complicated. Somebody tried to figure out how to get out, and once they tried to get out, they got killed because it got too confusing. It got even more complicated. I pray that if you are living in that situation, that you can get help. It's sad, y'all. I cut on the news and look at the internet. Somebody gets murdered every day behind a complicated situation. But I don't know why he haven't married me yet. We've been together 10 years. We've been staying together 10 years. We got 2 kids together. He still won't marry me. We on and off, but we still stay together from time to time. It's complicated. So I'm trying to figure out how is it I done been with this man or this woman this long, and I still haven't gotten married yet. They don't want to marry me, or she don't want to marry me. He don't want to marry me. It's complicated. Some of y'all wondering why he ain't divorced me yet. Let me leave that alone. I'm messing and stepping on toes now, because I find out it's just amazing. So many people that I know, it's complicated. That's all they got to say. Like the Lord is not good at all. And when you living in a complicated situation, complicated relationship, that's unhealthy. It's unhealthy. And people like this is why they stay lost, confused. They don't know which way to go yet, and they find themselves trying to figure out more and more, what should I be doing? Not turning to God, but turning to their homeboys and homegirls for answers. Trying to call this person on the phone. Well, girl, what do you think I should do? Because it's too complicated. I don't know what to do no more. And a lot of times why we wind up in these complicated situations, because we forget about the Lord and start doing what we want. Start choosing who we want. It's complicated. But that's still my baby daddy. That's still my baby mama, but it's complicated. We ain't together no more. Then all of a sudden another baby pop up. Then another baby. We ain't together no more. I got him on child support now. We got back together. It's complicated. It's complicated. This is the way a lot of people are living their lives, y'all. And I'm tying this in with everything that's complicated, because, see, the thing is, also, is the way we supposed to be living. We so far away from it, y'all. If you done been with somebody so long, years after years, you ain't married, but yet it's still, that's your baby daddy, that's your baby mama, you go together, then you break up. What is this now? He's just my baby daddy. He's just my baby mama. Or that's just my little girlfriend. That's my sugar mama. That's my baby on the side. That's my such and such this. Something wrong with this. Something wrong with this. And when you look back in the older generation, how they got together, they got married, stayed married. A lot of them stayed married, but a lot of them did have their little faults and, you know, might have broke up. But you look back in the day, man, folks stayed married. It didn't matter what granddaddy did, they stayed married. What grandma did, they stuck in there. But nowadays, it's, oh, we just together when we together. Something wrong with that. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't trying to be no 40 and up, no 50 and up, talking about this is my little girlfriend. You 60 years old talking about that's my little sugar, that's my little girl, that's my little girlfriend. Why is it this is my husband? It ain't this my wife, this ain't my husband. It's just, man, we just here. It's benefiting for both of us to stay like it is. It's complicated. It's complicated. Even when you start talking about the church, folks, even when you look at Christians, there's a lot of Christians right now walking around talking about being a Christian is too complicated. I highly disagree with that. I wouldn't dare say being a child of God is complicated. No, not me. Now, it's just me. I'm talking for myself now, because complication leads to confusion. Confusion is not a good state to be in. And God is not the author of confusion, but He is the author of peace. Now, you might not understand everything that goes on in your life, the situations that God takes us through for Him to get the glory and for us to make us better. You might not understand that, but to say it's too complicated, that God is confusing me, I don't know what to do because this and that. No, you better be careful who you're serving. The thing is, you make your life complicated in what it is. Israel made their lives very complicated, and all they had to do was just follow the Lord. It's simple. Life is not all that hard like people say it is. To me, now, it's just me talking. It's the way you make your life complicated. Now, if you're doing that, that's on you. The choices that we choose in this life is what make our lives complicated. Then we praying for God to bail us out. You got people trying to make the Bible complicated. And what's sad is that the message of salvation is so simple. What Jesus done on the cross, none of us could do. None of us could do. He done it. And He done it so we could have the right to the tree of life. And we can have life and have life more abundantly, y'all. And we sitting up here talking about it's complicated. No, it's not complicated. I always say the load is not heavy. It's the way you carry it. And if you casting your cares on the Lord, if you seeking the kingdom first and all His righteousness and all the other things will be added to you. Another reason why Christians is finding it so complicated, because a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of Christians are trying to get all they can out of the kingdom without seeking the kingdom. That's backwards. Something Jesus told us so powerful in Matthew 11. What is that? Verses 28 through 30. He said, take His yoke. He said His yoke is easy and His burden is light. We making our own lives complicated. People making church complicated with all these expectations and rules and things. Look at all the expectations now of what they talking about from the church now. All this stuff that ain't even based on the Bible. Have nothing to do with the Bible nor salvation. But yet it's still, this is what we got to do here. This is what you got to have to enter the kingdom. We have lost sight of what Jesus said we are supposed to be doing. Excuse me, not about to be, but we supposed to be doing and been doing. Yes, He got off the cross a long time ago. What have we been doing since He got off the cross? Man, I'm so tired of these preachers with this cross sermon. Excuse me, y'all, but I just got to say it like I feel. Oh, He got up, didn't He? He rose again early Sunday morning. He got up with all power. All power. Didn't He do it? I'm about to take it up a key. Didn't He do it? Come on, He been got off the cross. What have we been doing since He got off the cross? It's time out for all this hooping and hollering and singing sermons and start living this word and telling folks about salvation. He been got off the cross. I like to call that the Easter sermon. Every preacher I know preached that on Easter and all during the year. And didn't he do it? You started out talking about Moses, then you went to the cross, and then he rose again. He was buried. He was buried. He was buried. And then he rose again. Oh Lord. It's time. Y'all know I got a sense of humor. I'm being funny, but I'm being real. What have we been doing since he got off the cross? What have we been doing since he got off the cross? Have we been spreading the word, or is it too complicated? I'll leave y'all with that. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. Peace.